Autumn is around the corner, and I am so excited for the summer to go away, for autumn to come, and I can bake more bread. More delicious bread, more warmth into our home. I am so glad to be done with gardening jobs and enjoying baking bread, making dough, working on my sourdough skills. What you see me now is just I made some random dough and I'm gonna try to bake that as if that would be ciabatta bread. So it all starts with sourdough starter. Sourdough starter is your homemade yeast that you always have it available and you don't have to buy it. It's a huge saving to your food budgets. But sourdough starter, just like our beloved pets, have to be fed every day with only two ingredients: fresh flour and filtered water. What you see me doing now is filling up some water in the glass. And before I start any kind of baking sourdough, I do flow test, where I add tiny bit of sourdough starter into a glass with water and I check if the sourdough starter drowns or flops to the bottom of the glass or floats. We always want sourdough starter to float. Now, if sourdough starter doesn't float, we need to feed it again. Now I'm gonna discard a sourdough starter because I have quite a bit of a sourdough starter and it's not active. My jar is quite small. That means if I feed an existing sourdough starter with flour and water, most likely the small jar won't be able to contain sourdough starter once it doubles or triples in size. It's best to discard sourdough starter and have much less left, but feed it really well. Your sourdough starter is a combination or little community of tiny organisms, which is a good bacteria. And these little tiny microorganisms wants to be fed. Once we feed them, they produce these little bubbles, and that's what make our breads to rise. So what's been discarded is gone, but what's left, I'm feeding with fresh flour and water. I never measure, and it just doesn't work for me. As a perfectionist, I found really stressful um, trying to measure, and when I was measuring, it still wouldn't work. So I found my way creating a sourdough starter and baking delicious bread. So what I do, I feed with a little bit of flour, add a little bit of water, and then I mix it. And if the mixture resembles kind of a thick pancake batter, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to be too thick and I don't want to be too watery. And adding equal amounts of water and flour, I've noticed it doesn't work. I generally don't really do this, but I'm going to use a little spatula to try to clean the sides of the jar, just to show you how much exactly I've got of sourdough starter in my jar right now. And I will update you tomorrow because I'm starting 30-day YouTube upload challenge. It's my own challenge and your support would mean so much. So subscribe and come and visit my channel again because I will be sharing more and more sourdough starter and sourdough videos where I will share with you everything I know about sourdough and how amazing it is to have it in your life and how it affects our food budgets and improves our health. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow.